Welcome to Facts TV News, where everything is true. Pregnant woman shot to death in downtown Kingston. A pregnant woman was shot and killed on Orange Street, downtown Kingston yesterday. Reporters understand that the incident happened at approximately 6:20 p.m. One man dead in Aki Walk shootout. At least one man is dead and a firearm recovered following a shootout between law enforcers and gunmen in the community known as Aki Walk in St. Andrew. The police have confirmed that the incident happened shortly after 12 p.m. on Monday. The deceased man has not yet been identified. Skeletal remains discovered in burnt-out car in St. James. The St. James police say they are probing the circumstances surrounding the discovery of skeletal remains in a burnt-out Nissan AD wagon motor car at Torado Heights Squirrel Gardens in the parish. Law enforcers say residents made the discovery at about 7:30 a.m. on Sunday. The scene was processed and the remains removed to the morgue for storage and post-mortem. An investigation is ongoing. Carpenter killed in suspected gun attack in Westmoreland. Police are probing the death of a carpenter in a suspected gun attack on Glasgow Road in Grange Hill, Westmoreland on the weekend. Dead is 48-year-old Glenton Buchanan of Riverside in Kingsville, Hanover. Police say residents alerted them to what appeared to be a motorcycle crash on Glasgow Road about 5:50 p.m. Saturday. On their arrival, the cops observed Buchanan lying on a section of the ground beside a motorcycle with what appeared to be gunshot wounds. He later succumbed to his injuries at hospital. A post-mortem is to be conducted on the body at a later date. Dad stated, "My boy was no saint. Thanks gangsters for killing crime-obsessed son."
My sister died. Honey, this was given to me, so I told him, I said, son, I don't want to wear this at your funeral. Can you come?
You told that to him?
It's exact words. Listen, I have a soul him up in the room and I wear. I would wear it to your funeral. Listen, and the last word I said to him, get serious. See your death, you know, brother. I see. But in speaking to my son with all this, it's as if nothing not going to his head. He laughs, he likes to laugh. Like even as I made my statement on the CVM, shared of my son coldness about him, one took it negatively in what I'm saying, not realizing I'm a very serious person, even with my son. When I said he's cold, Ella, me not have time to laugh with you. This me I make people know, my son not have time to laugh with you. He may knock you out, he may knock you down. He not play, I not play for play with you neither. I'm just as the person, what they would have said my son is. The thing is it that I tired to talk with you. Walk away. At 30 years, me leave out of Coburn Garden, be here with my mother is. Me not go back in the ghetto. Me leave Trenchtown from how long? I have not gone back there. Why are we so built into this ghetto living that you will be sending all these threats? And then you're going to call me Judas? Who are the Judas? You all must be the Judas. You understand me? I wasn't sitting at a table with any criminal-minded, gun-banging, or with a call it pimps or pow. I sit at a table with Christians. As I say, I beg my son. I begged him to the best of my ability. Please, Sheldon, please, this one I beg you, just come home. Come out the yard. This army I beg you, see the room, your elder. Him if you do over that room and for there so I do everything just to get him in here. I say bed there here, him say want more bring him bed. Alright? Thank you. Watch me, sir. Let me tell you. This is what the church give me to do. And this me go out and do Ella. Evangelism. I did soul saving, sir. I am not a life taker. So the message for those who said they want my life, I have no problem dying. I have no problem dying because when I die in Christ, I will live again. But dying out of Christ means you're lost forever. And this is one of my biggest worries. Is my son saved? What was his last word? And I believe I could tell the last word of my son, Daddy! Because my granddaughter was here that morning when my son died.
How old is his daughter?
13 years of age. When she heard her father die and she screamed and dropped on the ground and I'm watching like a baby froze. The first I'm experiencing this moment of a child lost in their parents and hearing their reaction back to it. Nobody sees this. I experienced it. I saw it. I heard it. It left in my head ringing until today, my brother, talking with you guys here and I'm telling you, my heart is taken out of me. My son took my heart out of me. He took my name and he rubs it into the dirt. You understand me? I always tell me about it. This is my son. And I'm telling you the wrongs of my son. I must paint him white.
You had said that your son is not a saint.
He's not a saint, sir.
Explain.
I'm not afraid to say he's not a saint. When I said he's not a saint is a person who do good. Who build lives, not take life. A saint is a person who mingled with good people and not bad companies. A saint is a person who lift up God, who not adore the wrongs of the world.
You saw the video footage of
my son,
the attack on your son's life?
And my son life.
What was going through your mind when you saw that?
Oh man. Wow. My only thing I asked, where was he shot? Realizing his head on his body. It's a real tough one to look on, but I do understand and I have to look at it. I looked at the video, I watched the video. I watched how long this car remained in that one secluded spot without any assistance of anybody around that moment. Those men have ample time to do what they're doing that a car could stop. We're a businessman who is a police officer that my son was working for. Nobody does nothing to assist him, elder. And I'm currently looking at it and says, you all set up my son. But guess what? They took my message negative and sends me threat messages. Which I'm saying to them, I'm sending back the messages to you people all. And tell you that I will not die. But I guarantee I will live to declare God's word. Some years ago, I remember I went to Coburn Garden. My son, flinged a big stone and hit me right in the stomach. Almost killed me. You know for what? I saw him molesting, taking other people's phones. And I tell him, stop. How we are do? And by me turn my neck back, says a big stone in here, so I could have killed my son from this. I forgive you. I forgave you. I begged you. When my life went out and I went from where I'm coming, as my story says, from a life of crime to a life of grace, I looked on it, said, where is this life of crime and what we're talking? And I looked back in myself and I saw it and I said, oh my God. Oh my God. So when I see where my son is heading and where he's going, let me try to grab my son so. If my son come to me a million times, if he ask me for sweet sugar, man, as long as me make sure say, come in, why you go ask somebody I do nobody. No. You understand me, sir? I don't want you to do anything wrong. So if you call me a million times, me do ever whoop it. At times me look to him, me weep for see my son. You understand me? He and I spend quality time talking on the phone and we rock. There's no question when I'm not afraid to ask my son. When I travel with people, call me preacher, I see a son for certain action, certain thing. Ella, listen up, me call you. My ears so What is happening?
US gunning to plug Haiti's arms flow.
The Biden administration, one of its main premises is that democracy must deliver for its people, and that includes in security. We're making our own investments in that area, but we also recognize that things like our drug use create problems for other countries, and we have a shared responsibility to help countries address those problems. So we have a very strong international cooperation with Jamaica on attacking transnational criminal organizations. We also recognize that there are significant internal security issues in Jamaica, and what we try to do in that sense is to help with building up institutions. So we work very closely with the JCF, with the DPP. Later today I'll meet with MOCA. We also work with prosecutors, we train judges, and we try to help our partners develop good institutions that can attack organized crime as well as provide security for their citizens. Along the lines of citizen security, we also use community programs to help with violence prevention, and as well as community policing, working with communities in ways to prevent crime and to ameliorate the effects of crime on communities and people. We recognize that the Jamaican government puts a very high priority on fighting crime. Many of my meetings here have been, I've heard of the priority. We note the increasing trends in some criminal activity here, as well as violence, and we want to continue. We are concerned about increased drug trafficking in the region, in the Caribbean region especially. Not only Jamaica, but through the island of Hispaniola and others. And so we will have a renewed emphasis on cooperating on security. The Jamaican government has asked for us to do more on guns trafficking investigations. We have stationed here at our post law enforcement officials who specialize just in those types of investigations. Some of those guns come directly from the United States, others are trafficked by criminals themselves, and the ones you talk about coming from Haiti are examples of that. We recognize that we have to do more in Haiti, and we work with the government of Haiti and the Haitian National Police to try to stem those flows. We have similar law enforcement presences at those posts. They are there as advisors to help coordinate investigations with local authorities. Here in Jamaica, we have very good cooperation with the JCF and the other entities that I mentioned. It is a very difficult challenge, and we have to work not just the guns trafficking part, but we have to work the drugs part. And you're correct, we have to continue to work on the problems of security in Haiti. In fact, next week, the State Department will lead a conversation among the international community of many stakeholder countries in the region, along with Canada, and the European Union, and others, to talk about the full set of issues that we're facing as an international community and how we can help Haiti. One of our priorities is security.
37 new COVID-19 cases in Jamaica, 3 more deaths. The Ministry of Health and Wellness reported 37 COVID-19 cases and 3 deaths on Sunday, December 12, bringing the infection total to 91,802 and total deaths to 2,428. The new cases comprised 18 females and 18 males, with ages ranging from 3 months to 88 years. The cases were recorded in St. Anne 8, St. James 8, St. Catherine 5, Westmoreland 4, Kingston and St. Andrew 3, St. Mary 2, St. Thomas 2, Clarendon 1, Hanover 1, Portland 1, St. Elizabeth 1, and Trelawney 1. The deaths which occurred between December 10 and December 12, 2021 included a male and a female, both aged 71, and another female who was 78. The deceased were from Kingston and St. Andrew. In the meantime, 40 more people recovered in the last 24 hours, bringing total recoveries to 63,491. Currently, 98 people are hospitalized, 10 of which are severely ill, while 6 are critically ill and 21 are moderately ill. Please remember to subscribe, like, share, and click the notification bell for daily updates.